Good evening. Please be seated. Graduates, friends and families, faculty, staff, dignitaries, and honored guests, on behalf of the Wilson Community College family, I welcome you and thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate this joyous occasion in the lives of these graduates. And now, Dr. Charles Murphy, Vice Chair of the WCC Board of Trustees, will introduce our guest on the stage.
Good evening. I am Dr. Charles Murphy, Vice Chair of the Wilson Community College Board of Trustees. This evening, I am joined on stage by fellow board members, Mr. Ken Jones, Mr. Bill O'Boyle, Mr. Lynn Pittman, Mr. Bill Shreve, Mr. David West, and Miss Julie Williams. I'm also pleased to recognize Mr. Ryan Simons as this year's commencement speaker. We thank him for being here this evening and look forward to hearing his message. I'm also joined by Dr. Jamie Woods, the president of the Wilson Community College, Mr. Rob Holston, who's the vice president for academic affairs, and Ms. Stephanie Winstead, who's the biotechnology instructor and also the 2025 Faculty Member of the Year. We thank you for being here to recognize this graduating class of 2025. Congratulations, and we wish you much success in the future.
And now I have the honor of introducing Ryan and sharing his biography. Ryan Simons has served as president of the Wilson Chamber of Commerce since 2013. Since joining the chamber, Ryan has been focusing on delivering value to member businesses through market development and building Wilson's pipeline of community leadership. In 2024, the chamber became one of only 4 local chambers of commerce in the state to earn accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. In 2021, the chamber was named the Outstanding Small Chamber of the Year by the Carolinas Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. Prior to his role with the chamber, Ryan served as a city planner and economic developer for local governments in Johnston and Dare counties in North Carolina. He holds an MBA from the University of Maryland's University College and a bachelor's degree in urban and regional planning from East Carolina University. In 2022, he earned a Spanish for the Workplace certificate from our own Wilson Community College. He holds the IOM designation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation Institute for Organization Management. Ryan serves on a number of boards of directors, including the Wilson Economic Development Council, Wilson Education Partnership, Carolinas Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives, and is the chairman of Wilson Forward. Ryan is married to his wife, Deborah, who is a principal with Wilson County Schools, and they have 2 daughters. Born in 29 Palms, California, Ryan lived in Manteo, North Carolina, before calling Wilson home in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ryan to the podium.
Well, thank you. I don't think I can adequately express what a privilege it is for me to be among the first to congratulate you on your graduation today, but I'm going to try. First, just to look out and know that you all represent an entire class of contributors to our community business leaders, employees, caregivers, and public servants. It's incredibly reassuring to have all of you helping us determine the future prosperity of our city, our county, and our region. Secondly, it makes me proud of this institution that they've equipped you all with the necessary credentials to take the next step in your life journey. As someone, as you heard, who's received a certificate from Wilson Community College myself, and who will soon watch my own daughter walk across this stage, I have the utmost confidence that what you've learned here will serve you well in both your professional and personal aspirations. But mostly, this is a privilege for me because I know that for many of you, you're not just receiving a credential. It's not just a certificate or degree or a trophy to hang on your wall. Quite literally, many of you are receiving a key today that will unlock the future opportunities that you can't even comprehend. To witness so many of you receiving that key today is a tremendous honor. So I want to thank Dr. Woods, the Board of Trustees, and the faculty and staff at Wilson Community College, and all of you and your families for letting me have a small part of your day today. But I know it is all about that credential, isn't it? You've spent months or years studying and attending classes and balancing life's responsibilities to acquire a qualification that hopefully leads to a more fulfilling professional pursuit. You've done all of this to make yourself more competitive for career options. You wanted to have a valuable entry on your resume or job application that, at a minimum, makes you eligible for certain positions. But more than that, you might expect your graduation allows you to stand out somehow and gives you an advantage over others with similar ambitions. Of course, all of this is right and reasonable and good, and in fact, it's perhaps the most logical way to consider the merits of academic achievement. However, I do come bearing what you might initially perceive to be some bad news. You see, while you may think you've taken your last exam or closed your academic record or finished your course of study, your demonstration of qualifications is not yet complete. Yes, some current or future employer or customer is looking for that certificate or degree you'll receive today. They expect you to come carrying that key to opportunity. Along the way, that may be all they told you they wanted from you. Do this thing, get that credential, and suddenly you've got what it takes to be successful. Now, I'm not suggesting that they're lying to you. I'm just saying that they're not telling you the whole story. So here's the rest of that story. There are three things that every employer, every customer, every client, every patient, and every organization demand. They may not say it, they may not list them on a job announcement, and they may not even realize that these are things that they're looking for, but I promise you, the following three things, even perhaps especially in the hard times, is what people truly want from us. You ready? It's attitude, effort, and enthusiasm. Attitude, effort, and enthusiasm. None of you took Attitude 101. Not one program at Wilson Community College, or anywhere else for that matter, requires an effort lab to graduate. There is no such thing as an associate's degree in advanced enthusiasm. Yet failing to have mastery of these three qualities devalues an otherwise stellar academic record, and it runs the risk of staining all the pride you put into achieving the credential that you leave with today. Furthermore, there's no test you can take that proves you have those things. There's no program you can buy that gives them to you. You either acknowledge that they are inherent to your being and essential to your growth, or you ignore them at your peril. All I can do for you today is assure you that you already own attitude, effort, and enthusiasm, explain to you their meaning and importance, and leave it up to you whether you want to put them into practice. Let's start with attitude. Maya Angelou once said that if you don't like something, change it. But if you can't change it, at least change your attitude about it. This change in attitude is the difference between having to do something and getting to do something. You don't have to earn a degree. You get to earn a degree. You don't have to go to work. You get to go to work. You don't have to get a job. You get to have a job. Understand that no matter how difficult your life circumstances are or have been, there is somebody somewhere right now who wishes to be where you are and would love to get to where you're going. Too often we take what we have for granted. We complain, we get frustrated. instead of pausing, taking a look around, and realizing how fortunate we are to be here, how privileged we are, and how fragile all of this is. Were it not for a decision here or a fortunate mistake there, none of this might be possible. And yet here you are. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude and letting it pervade every aspect of your work, even perhaps especially in the hard times, is what people want from us. And when you are truly grateful for what you have, it is then that what you have becomes grateful for who you are. Next is effort. What I'm about to say is going to come as a shock to some of you, and I hope it's not offensive to the instructors who've trained you, so I'm taking a little bit of a risk by saying this. But you are not an expert. Not yet. I don't care what credential you are leaving here with today, it's not enough for you to claim that you have nothing left to prove. The only thing you've proven so far is that you are actually capable of doing the work, but you haven't done the work yet. And as Vince Lombardi said, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. And again, with all due respect to your instructors, the tests don't count as work. The assignments, the quizzes, the research, even if you were fortunate enough to have an internship or apprenticeship, and I'm sure they were rigorous, all of that was just a prelude to the actual work of your chosen career. Up until this point, a lack of effort meant perhaps a poor grade or longer hours in the library, but now even the best effort could mean a missed sale or a lost customer. Doing your best means someone could still get hurt, and someone else might lose their job. Superior effort is no guarantee of success, but weak effort is almost certain to cause failure. But giving the absolute best of ourselves, even perhaps especially in the hard times, is what people want from us. Any outcome can be accepted when the amount of effort to achieve it is acceptable. Then there's enthusiasm. Enthusiasm often gets defined as this cloying, annoying, teacher's pet affectation that wears on people's nerves, and I suppose there's a brand of enthusiasm that is like that. Instead, I like to think of enthusiasm more as a restrained form of anticipation, knowing that something good is just around the corner. Restrained is the operative word here, because while your excitement is still obvious to everyone else, if you didn't control it at least a little bit, it would consume everything around you. Think about when you were a kid and you just knew you were getting that special gift for your birthday or Christmas, but you had to wait just a little while longer to get it. You stood a little taller. You moved a little sharper. You smiled more. You behaved a little better. You were joyful. And you hadn't even received the gift yet. What you might not realize is that this type of anticipation or excitement, this enthusiasm, while you restrained it as best you could, was still having an impact on everyone around you. It's actually a scientific phenomenon called emotional contagion, where emotional impulses radiate so strongly from one person that they actually cause other people to experience the same types of feelings. The good news about our careers is that we can always manufacture this type of enthusiasm if we actually believe something good is just around the corner. If we anticipate that something better awaits, that anticipation has a way of creeping into the lives of every person we meet, especially the ones we're closest to. Inviting this enthusiasm into our routines and our everyday tasks, even especially perhaps in the hard times, is what people want from us. Having some hope for the future can make any condition in the present that much more tolerable, and the conditions of the past that much more meaningful. Attitude, effort, enthusiasm. Having these three things, even perhaps especially in the hard times, is what people truly want from us. Your newly earned credentials are impressive. You deserve all the credit and celebration that comes with them. Your instructors are to be applauded for the time and talent it takes to transmit this knowledge to the next generation of contributors to our community. But I would propose that it's the attitude, effort, and enthusiasm that accompanies your academic merits that will give you the greatest advantage. Congratulations, class of 2025, and best wishes for a prosperous and virtuous future filled with love and achievement. Well done. Thank you.
Every year, the North Carolina Community College system recognizes exemplary students from each of the 58 community colleges across the state. Today, we are proud to recognize Christopher Chin as Wilson Community College's 2025 Academic Excellence Award winner. Christopher, please come to the stage to receive your award. Christopher's journey at Wilson Community College began in 2023 when his employer of 10 years went out of business. With encouragement and support from his family, peers, and program faculty, Christopher dedicated himself to learning and mastering a new set of skills and abilities. He worked hard to maintain a high GPA and is graduating from the Electrical Systems Technology Diploma Program. Please join us in congratulating Christopher on his achievement.
Good evening. Before I call the candidates to the stage to receive their degree or diploma, there are some additional recognitions and honors to acknowledge. I call your attention to the graduation program and the designated graduates from the Wilson Early College Academy and the Wilson Academy of Applied Technology. Both of the early colleges are operated through a partnership with Wilson County Schools and Wilson Community College that enables students to complete a high school diploma and a 2-year associate degree at the same time. I would also like to draw your attention to the designation for students graduating with highest honors and high honors. These distinctions represent a significant academic achievement. Students graduating with highest honors have a grade point average of 4.0 or an A average in their major and are wearing a gold honor cord. Students graduating with high honors have a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.99 in their major and are wearing a silver honor cord. Graduates wearing gold stoles and tassels are members of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. And red, white, and blue honor cords identify students who are veterans or military dependents. We thank each of them for their service and sacrifice for our country. Let's give all these graduates a round of applause. For guests who are taking pictures, we ask that you do not cross in front of the stage or block the aisles. Maybe stay at your seat, stand, and take your pictures. And finally, to show each graduate the respect and recognition they deserve, please hold your applause until all candidates have been called and walked across the stage. Will the first row graduates please rise and come forward? Associate in Arts, Jacob Braden Jones. Joseph Nathaniel Tate. Madison Alana Branch. Noah James Harrell. Julianas Enid Rivera Mercado. Adam Gracie. Jamari Jasam Connor. Alasia Cheyenne Williams. Juan Chavez Jaimez. Tequila Lachey Hardy. Laura Adriana Spinant. Lisette Sanchez. Lakeisha Devetta Moore. Mariah Yvette Polk. Luke Adam Seals. Lucina Denise Santiago Juarez. Elijah Earl Whitley. Rebecca Ann West. Amanda Diane Norris. Sydney Nicole Barnes. Jackson Brian Sanis. Christiana Alosi Papez. Emma Isabella Texido. Diana Vieira Hernandez. Xavier Keontae Crawley. Caleb Carlton Patterson. Andrea Michelle McIver. Elizabeth Saucedo Cruz. Taylor Nicole Watkins. Faith Pollard. Elizaveta Denisovna Karteleva. Associate in Arts and Teacher Preparation, Cavan Dublin. Linda Azucena de Leon Godinez. Associate in Science in Teacher Preparation, Patricia Munez Perez. Associate in Science, Janiyah Pam Faison. Brianna Marie Simons. Labib Ismail. Guy. Benta Guy. Madeline Claire George. Luis Ernesto Amica Guerva. Christian Alexander Thompson. Benjamin Tinajero. Mackenzie Green Hathaway. Avery Elizabeth Bissett. Connor William Whitley. Amari Christine Mercer. Taneha Surrey Williams. Ashanti Gervasio Diaz. Trinity Nicole Jones. Mary Caitlin Stroud. Adriana Leal Alvarado. Stephanie Michelle Lopez Lopez. Austin Blake Kiefer. Salvador Moises Hernandez. Jonathan Oliver. Gretchen Rose Weeks. Victoria K. Barber. Madison Grace Tant. Savannah Ellis. Naomi Mara Denise Atkinson. Atlas Upchurch. Melanie Diana Martinez. Ashaya Zamir Johnson. Thank you. Denaria M. Woodard. Dayanara Vieira Hernandez. Destiny Lee Thorne Williams. Abigail Faith Durrett, both Associate in Arts and Associate in Science. Ryan Joshua Jones. Andrea Nashay Thomas. Nora Nayeli Casillas. Mackenzie Renee House. Associate in Applied Science, Accounting and Finance, Myra Robertson Best. Doris Taylor. Tanika C. Simmons. Applied Engineering Technology, Samia Allen. Associate Degree Nursing, Serena Calhoun. Megan Elizabeth Conti. Courtney Nicole Passu. Kaylin Danielle Peden. Shaniqua Sampson. Kiara Michaela Rhodes. Jasmine Nicole Middleton. Lisbeth Guadalupe Medina. Devin Reese Fowler. Aloma Nichelle Duhart. Joy Diane Hood. Sarah Sharp deans. Lee Ann Creech. Elizabeth Grace Hodges. Samantha Jane Smith. Tana Elizabeth Twig. Grace Wanja Najorj. Lisa Ann Williams. Associate in Applied Science, Biotechnology, Dashika Quinn. Yakashiana M. Gaines. Donna Judy Romero. Jessica Denise Ray. Ryan I. Campbell. Building Construction Technology, Tyler Stephen Wardle. Brennan Fazari Myrick. Itzel Sherez Vargas. Business Administration, Angie Giles Sanders. Kalani Katie Simone Richardson, both the Associate in Applied Science and Diploma Business Administration. Daquan Ratley, both the Associate in Applied Science and Diploma. I think they just wrote it on their cards. They got them all on. Lynette Michelle Terry, Associate in Applied Science and Diploma. Criminal Justice Technology, Jason Elias Sanchez. Joanna Chavez Nunez. Michaela Nicole Chapman. Thank you. Destiny Aquella Johnson. Quatizia Ruffin. Naja Monet Wilson. Culinary Arts, Naomi R. Lockamy. Community Spanish Interpreter, Winelia Lynch Santos. Magali Almarez. Jessica Ventura Santos. Jennifer Ventura Santos. Esther Rivera Ortega. Leslie Clara Rodriguez. Early Childhood Education, Stephanie Mary James. Wendy Ramsey. Precious Nicole Bynum. Joyce Ann Jones. Early Childhood Education, Birth to Kindergarten Licensure, Nikki Paget Johnson. Information Technology, IT Support Track, Tracy Eugene Carey II. Caitlin Glenn Joyner. Danielle Lind. Information Technology, Networking, and Cybersecurity Track, Christopher Chance Davis. Martha Victoria Jones. Interpreter Education, April Briley. Rebecca Hemby. Jana Krebound. Campsey Carol Maynor. Honor Elizabeth Patrick. Robert Takawan Smith. Medical Office Administration, Medical Billing and Coding, Brittany Nicholson. Office Administration, Brittany H. Mashari. Paralegal Technology, Yenny Cecilia Barjarona. Surgical Technology, Vendetta May Artis. Rashonda Battle. Stephen Sebastian Smarsh, both the Associate in Applied Science Surgical Technology and Associate in Science College Transfer. John Mihaliades. Tranisha Van. Candidates for the diploma, Electrical Systems Technology, Christopher Niles Chin. Calvin Carter, Jr. Rigoberto Edwin Aragon Santiago. Johan Sanchez Mendoza. Brady Michael Morales. Samuel Angelo Mason. Practical Nursing, Janeth Martinez. Mary Uwa. Welding Technology, Melinda Laurel Reeves. Jaden Willow Pierce Cameron. Graduates, will you please rise? Dr. Woods and members of the board, upon the recommendation of the faculty of Wilson Community College, it is my honor to present to you the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Science, and the diploma programs for the class of 2025.
Okay, now is the moment we've all been waiting for. Graduates, upon the recommendation of the faculty of Wilson Community College and under the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and by the state of North Carolina, I hereby confer upon you your degree, diploma, or certificate with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities attached thereto. Wilson Community College graduates, graduating class of 2025, you may now turn your tassels.
You may be seated. That concludes our ceremony for this evening. We ask that you please remain in place during the recessional and do not leave until the stage guests, the graduates, and the faculty have exited the auditorium. Congratulations, graduates.